Welcome back. This is Rajesh Pundi. In the previous episode, we spoke about why great leaders fail and how competence, culture, and context shape their success. Today, we move from the individual leader to the room that defines leadership even before it begins, the boardroom. Because no matter how public a leadership appointment may appear, every such decision is born in a quiet corner of a board meeting, shaped by conversations that never make it to press releases or announcements. To understand how leaders are chosen, you must first understand how boards think. When the world sees a new CEO or business head being appointed, they see the final outcome, a name, a headline, a photograph, and a quote. What they do not see are the months of deliberation, disagreement, alignments, recalibrations. Boards operate under constant balancing act. They are responsible for protecting the organization's present while simultaneously preparing it for the future. And somewhere in between those two responsibilities lies the decision of choosing the right leader. A board does not simply hire a person. A board hires the next chapter of the company. A leader becomes symbol of continuity, of change, of ambition, or sometimes stability. And that symbolism weighs heavily on the choices they make. Board decisions are rarely made in a vacuum. Every conversation in the room is influenced by a mix of stakeholder expectations, market pressures, internal dynamics, and organization's history. There is pressure to perform and deliver results in next 12 to 24 months. There's a pressure to safeguard reputations because a wrong hire has consequences. And there is a pressure to future-proof the company, to ensure that the leader being hired is not merely relevant today, but will be relevant when the market shifts again. What often appears as a simple hiring decision is in fact a negotiation with past performance, present realities, and future uncertainties. Every board has a set of questions that guide their decision, though they may never articulate them openly. Will this leader protect the organization when the storm comes? Will this person grow the business without destabilizing it? Can they unite the board and the management team? Will this leader fit our culture or challenge it in the right way? And in 5 years, will this decision still make sense or come back to haunt us? These unspoken questions are the real filters, more than any competency model or evaluation grid. If you sit long enough in boardrooms, you might begin to see patterns. Every board has those 5 key personalities: the visionary, who pushes for bold leaps; the conservative, who wants measured steps; the promoter with a strong business instinct; the independent director who brings objectivity; and finally, the quiet influencer who speaks little but sways everything. Leadership hiring becomes a dance among these voices, finding the one person who satisfies enough of them without diluting the real needs of the organization. Contrary to the assumption that boards hire the best candidate, the truth is more nuanced. Boards hire the candidate who best fits the life cycle of the organization. Timing, chemistry, and alignment often matter as much as capability. This is where the search partner becomes not just a facilitator, but a translator. Our job is to decode what the board is really saying beneath the words, to listen for what is unsaid, to separate individual preferences from organizational priorities, to challenge biases without disrupting the room, and to anchor every decision in evidence and clarity. Sometimes boards need to be nudged towards a broader perspective. Sometimes they need help imagining a leader they may not have imagined. And often they need someone to remind them of the long-term vision when discussing candidates. A successful search is not about pushing a candidate. It is about creating alignment between the future the boards want and the leader who can get them there. Leadership success doesn't begin on the leader's first day in office. It begins in the boardroom, and how well the mandate was defined, how clear the expectations were, and how aligned the decision makers were. When the boards choose with clarity, the leader starts with momentum. When the decisions are rushed or fragmented, even the toughest and the strongest leader begins with friction. Understanding the boardroom equation is not just about hiring. It's about ensuring that the leadership journey begins the right way. Up to this point, I focused on outlining and explaining the fundamental of executive search in our past 4 episodes. Moving forwards, we would appreciate what specific aspects or topics of executive search would you like us to explore further. Please leave the topics in the comments section below. Thank you. Signing off, Rajesh.